from Brussels. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Now, Boris has enough support for a no-deal Brexit, but on the other hand, EU leaders don't seem to be sharing the same feelings about a no-deal Brexit. Where do the two sides stand, especially the EU bloc, when it comes to making a deal or not making a deal?
Well, I'm personally quite optimistic there will be a last-minute deal, perhaps not this week, and then indeed we'll have some serious legal challenges that will require some legal tricks, basically, to implement it more or less smoothly. But if you look at the issues, fisheries, for example, that's where mainland European countries have a great interest in keeping access to British waters. In Belgium alone, there are 2,500 jobs tied to this. France has said it accepts that it will not be the same as before. But also in the UK, Scottish fisheries are badly dependent on being able to sell their fish in mainland Europe. Now, I think the real challenge is indeed, as Jack said, a level playing field. And state aid and governance. Now, what is going on here is basically the EU trying to impose a straitjacket on the British in return for market access. And I think the likely compromise will involve the EU being flexible on that, saying, okay, fine, we will water down this straitjacket, but on the other hand, where there will be a straitjacket, we will need to be 100% sure that we can actually enforce it. So I think that's where the compromise will be.
Right. No agreements were made on Sunday or the day before, as we know, and it's these three key issues that's causing this deadlock. And you sound optimistic and you think that they'll reach a deal, but what do you think needs to be done to reach that deal before the December 31st deadline?
Both sides will have to compromise. On fish, they can land somewhere in the middle. They can also postpone it. I mean, the UK has already said that they want to guarantee similar access for 3 years. The EU wants this for 10 years. I guess they could land somewhere in the middle. Also, I think the EU understands that sovereignty is very important for the British and that it's quite an outrageous demand to ask that a country, a third country that is no longer an EU member state, would have to constantly think whether its legislation is in line with what Brussels likes or does not like. So I think slowly but surely that realization is also is happening on the EU side. So indeed, if the EU then says, okay, fine, we will water down our level playing field, the straitjacket that we want you to accept, then I think the British will also understand that surely the EU will want some guarantee that what has been agreed in terms of watered down straitjacket has to be binding in some way.
Right. Peter, you said there are thousands of jobs in fisheries alone in the EU. What impact will a no-deal Brexit or vice versa have on everyday lives of citizens in Britain and the EU?
A no-deal Brexit, I think, would be terrible. According to an advisor of Michel Barnier, the EU's negotiator, there's a big difference between a no-deal and a deal. Make no mistake about it. This also suggests that manufacturing in the UK, but also basically the manufacturing supply chains between Britain and Europe are protected under the draft deal. Then we're talking about cars, we're talking about chemicals, we're talking about aerospace. Imagine if all these parts can no longer smoothly flow from Britain to mainland Europe. Many jobs are at stake in the German car manufacturing industry, also in Eastern Europe. First of all, of course, in Ireland, where also, let's say, the implementation of the divorce agreement may be in trouble if there is no agreement on the FTA, on the future EU-UK deal. So everything is linked with everything. The stakes are very high. And make no mistake about it, it's absolutely wrong that a no deal and a deal would be sort of more or less the same. No, that's not the case.
Stakes are very high indeed. Pieter Cleppe, thank you so much for joining us on the program and sharing that insight with us here on Territory World.